Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices. We'll look at the S&P and the NASDAQ, and with the S&P here on the daily chart, we're looking at it in a few different ways. So we'll need strategies to accommodate certain moves. So our first count is this one here, where we have wave 3 here, an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave for the B wave here, and then we're looking for 5 waves down here. So we're looking at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and we're working wave 3 to this lower side here. So if I have a look at that on the daily chart, on the hourly chart first, that we've been tracking here. So we've got wave 1 in blue here and wave 2 here for the 50-60% retracement level, and then we've been working lower. So in this count, we have 5 waves down here for wave 1, back for wave 2, and looking at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. So we have been short through here, and now we need to bring the stop down to this particular point, this high here. You can also go long from that point. So that takes care of those short trades and that long strategy from that particular point. So let's just see what comes next with the US indices. The other count that we've got here is another one we've been talking about here. If I can just bring it onto the 4-hour chart to show the bigger picture, is looking at it like this here with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here as wave 1, and I have adjusted that a bit, but still the same count, and then looking for an ABC back up into the 2800 there, and then down from that point there. Okay, so if this top here is taken out here, then we will be looking at some sort of move to the 2800 area through here on the 2-hour chart here from the top here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That's how I've counted that. Okay, so I want to go back to the daily chart here for a moment. And I mean, other markets around the world are important as well. So this move from beginning of October here, late September here, with this move down through here in Asia, for instance, the move has started in August here, different this is the late August, early September, so it's out a little bit. But one of the main points here that I wanted to look at is that we've also got 5 waves coming down for the Nifty, and this is the same for Australia as well, that also had the August high up here roughly, and the same for India as well. But with all of these markets, they've all seemed to have 5 waves down. It's just that Asia had let it down first. So we're quite close to lows being in place for these markets, and as I mentioned, India's the same, and we're also expecting a bounce from China as well and Hong Kong. So it's possible that we can get a bounce here, and even though that I've got this here, if that high that I've mentioned, I think was in here, that daily high here, if that gets taken out here, then we'll need to look at this here as wave 1 here, and wave 2 back over into this space here. Yeah, so the other point with all of this too is that there's a few things that we need to figure out here. There's the fact that this can be, not a fact, but wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C wave down here for wave 4. It's also possible that wave 5 high is in top here, in place here. We don't have to worry about that until we see these 5 waves in place and coming back over this side, and then we can short it down this side here. So we don't have to worry about that at this particular point in time as that count, but we don't want to throw it out. We have to acknowledge that it's there. It's also too that all of this here could be a triangle pattern as well. So then in that case, it would make this here wave A here. Whoops, the daisy. wave A here, this for wave B here, and then a wave C coming down here. So we'll end up with a little bit complicated, but basically an A wave here, B wave over here. The C wave here will be an A wave to here, B wave to here, and C wave to here for the C wave. And then there'll be a D wave, which will be an A and a B and a C for the D wave, and then an E wave here. And so the E wave is here, and then we go up there. So that's also possible as well, but we don't have to think about that today, but it's possible. It's not going to be of any benefit to us at this stage either with all of this, but we need to look at all the counts here, and then we need to look at the primary count for all of this and have strategies in place. So the only strategy that I can think here at the moment, if we look at the 2-hour chart here once again, so in this case here, if the Asian markets do push up, then we're going to see this market push up as well. So we won't do anything about that unless that top there is taken out. Okay, otherwise we're just going to, with the hourly chart here on more of a bearish count, we'll just stay with this primary count that we have here from wave 2 here, with wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 here, and then working lower down here into wave 3, 4 and 5 for the third, the fourth and the fifth wave here, roughly at the 2500 for wave 3 here. So that's it really. So let's just stay with the trend until we get some evidence that there's a change in this trend, and that evidence would be jumping out of this trend channel here and taking this high out of here. So that's it really, and this will be the same for the NASDAQ as well. It doesn't have a very clear counting this down through here. It's got it can be counted in different ways. That's why I haven't labeled it as such. What I am looking at here is obviously 7,000 is the closest largest number, and then below that we have 6,8, right? And then above the 7,000 we have 1, 2 and 3 here. So this is all of group 1, and this is the beginning of group 2 here. So if this 8 here becomes the retested resistance, then we know that we're going to be going down to 6,500 at that particular point in time. And also too, looking across here, we can see that the market's, this is like a classic trading levels pattern. So the market moves down through, it comes back and retests it, and then if it takes this, you can short it up at this low here, but otherwise the situation would be in here. But even so, we might get this coming down through here and then coming back up through here, retesting this again or something, and then moving down. So then you can use that low there, which is what that was indicating before. So we've been short here, we've taken part profit here, we've looked for a short trade here, we've looked for a short trade here. The market's come back and retested it at this point, so I brought the stop down to this stop here, and that's fine at that point. So if this is triggered on the long side here, then we need to be long there, as simple as that. Okay, because that would obviously give us support on 7,000. We don't have support on 7,000 at the moment, do we? This low here, this is all really important, because the market comes down, bounces off the closest largest number, bounces back up, runs out of steam, drops through, comes back, retests it, and then it's still sitting on this side of the market, isn't it? So we can't have long trades going under here because it just doesn't make sense. The risk doesn't add up properly. So you'd need that number there as a tested support. So even though the wave count is unclear, we can use the price and the patterns around the price to help us guide us in the right direction. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. Cheers.